Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this opportunity, we want to explain the result of novel analysis. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Denisa Aulia and my friend is Yosiana Yogiaman. So let's jump to the explanation. First, the title of this novel is The Fates Divide. The author is Veronica Roth. The genre is science fiction. Science fiction genre is a genre of speculative fiction that typically deals with imaginative and futuristic concepts, such as advanced science and technology, space exploration, time travel, parallel universe, and extraterrestrial life. And the language that used is, of course, English. Next, the synopsis of this novel. The lives of Saira Novak and Akos Kersert are ruled by their fates. Spoken by the oracles at their births, the fates once determined are inescapable. Akos is in love with Saira, in spite of his fate. He will die in service to Saira's family. And when Saira's father, Lasmat Novak, a soulless tyrant thought to be dead, reclaims the shattered throne, Akos believes his end is closer than ever. As Lasmat ignites a barbaric war, Saira and Akos are desperate to stop him at any cost. For Saira, that could mean taking the life of the man who may or may not be her father. For Akos, it could be mean giving his own. In a stunning twist, the two will discover how fate defines their life way unexpected. Next, the theme of this novel are hope, faith, and resilience. The story of this novel tells how Akos and Saira against their fate, but they are keep hoping the way that they are choose are right. So at the end of the story, they can live happily ever after. The next slide is talking about plot. Kind of plot here is progressive plot because the novel focuses on how Saira and Akos achieve their goals for the future. Element of plot. A resolution. Sarah from Novak family, a girl who have a power to see what other people pain. She adopted by her family because her father already killed by an accident. Akos is a boy from a poor family. He was kidnapped by Novak family, and his fate is to serve Novak family. He must be willing to do anything even if he has to risk his life or die. For resolution, the novel introduces the main character, Saira and Akos. B. Confliction. Akos and Saira often meet without her father's knowledge because actually they meet to make strategy. Saira already know her father is bad person. Next, C. Rising action. Rising action began when Akos is in love with Saira in spite of his fate. Akos know that when he fall in love with Saira, he break the rules and of course break the fate. D is climax. Climax is when war begin between Akos and Saira family. Of course, Saira will choose Akos because Saira already know that Novak family killed her family. So that's why Akos and Saira fight with Novak family. E. Resolution. Resolution is when Akos and Saira win the war and they are moved to another planet and live together. Okay, the next slide is characterization. One kind of characters. We choose major and minor. For major, Saira, Akos, Jesse, and Ejah. For minor, Lasmet, Razak, Siva, Jorek, Roka, and Teka. Number 2, characteristic. A. Through the name, Jesse Kersen. Page 9, line 1 until 2. I know what it is. To watch your family die, I'm Jesse Kersen after all. Next, B. Through the appearance, Jesse is a net person. Page 109, line 25 until 27. I was always wearing my uniform the first few things we spent together. A thick robe that covered my clothes so they wouldn't get plant dust and bark and storm all over them. And see, by the author, Chisi is polite. Page 193, line 6 until 7. I smile back and stand next to her, looking up at the sculpture. I only do it out of politeness. I'm not good at looking at art. So that's all my explanation.
Thank
The
you,
next
Danisa, for the
will
explanation.
deliver by
Let me introduce
Yosiana.
myself. My
Yosi,
name is
time
Yushine
yours.
Diaman, and I would like to continue Danisa's presentation. The next slide will talk about characterization through the dialogue. From page 193, line 8 until 13, we can know that Sisi is full of consideration. Why? Because in the line 11, there's a sentence that, yes, I know, you're only doing what you think is best. It's mean that Sisi is only doing what she thinks is best. And the next slide will talk about setting. One is setting of time. From Sierra's point of view, the setting of time is begin after Sierra's father presumed that. On page 3, line 1 until 2, last November, my father and former Tyrann of Shettet had been presumed that for over 10 seasons. And from the Sisi point of view, the setting of time is begin after Sisi family died. From page 9, line 3, I watched that die on our living room floor. And the next is noon. From page 423, line 2, it's noon, Siva said. Number 2 is setting of place. The first is on the nav deck. It was on the nav deck of the small transport ship. It's on page 4, line 10 until 11. The second is on the galley. She leads me out of the galley, and I try not to step on any kitchen knives. The third is Agra. Page 80, line 17. Welcome to Agra. Next, we will talk about point of view. In this novel, the author is using 2 point of view. That is first person point of view for Sierra, Sisi, and Eya, and second is third person point of view for Akos. Sierra is using me. On the page 4, line 10, when Akos Keraset came to find me. And Sisi is using I. There's not much I don't understand about Lost. On page 9, line 5 until 6. And for Eya, using we. Why so afraid? We ask ourselves. The sentence is on the prologue. And the third person point of view is for Akos, because the author is using he for Akos. The ship bumped along and he stepped on a fork on page 24, line 4 until 5. The next slide is implication and philosophy. The implication is, we all revolved around fate. Are we the slave of our fate, or can we choose our own fate? It's mean, we can just only accept our fate, whether it's bad or good, but we can also change our fate with effort. And the author philosophy is, the fates, once determined, are inescapable. For the last, we'll talk about style. One is diction. There's a simple diction, colloquial diction, and figurative language. For the simple diction, we can see from the page 107, line 14. We eat dinner together, us, Issei, and me. And colloquial diction is, give me a tick, I say. Give me a tick is mean give me a minute. And for the figurative language, we have metaphor on page 4, line 2 until 3. Green and brown and gray irises afloat like fish bobbing to the surface of a tank for food. The metaphor is because there is a like in this sentence. And the next is personification. On page 4, line 20H and page 5, line 1 until 2. Current shadows, my lively, painful, wrap around my arms like black string. The personification is because in the sentence there is current shadows, my lively, painful, wrap around my arms. It doesn't mean that a painful is literally wrapped around my arm. And the next is simile. Page 57, line 29. She probably told you it smelled like feet, he says. The simile on the sentence is it smelled like feet. Two is sentence construction. Simple sentence is on the page 5, line 13. I turn my head toward him. B is compound sentence on page 274, line 12 until 13. The door slide open in front of us, and standing just beyond them is the Arthurian woman from earlier. It is because there is an and. And C is complex sentence on page 125, line 1 until 2. When she was laughing, she was scared out of her mind. This is complex sentence because if there's only when she was laughing, the sentence is not complete. So it is followed by she was scared out of her mind. So we think that's all for the presentation today. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoy the presentation, and if you need any help, or you can ask to me and Danisa after you finish the presentation. Thank you.